Welcome to the second lesson in medical biology. Every week we discuss the human body. Only in this lesson we cover all organ systems in one lesson. What is the function and how do the organ systems function with each other? And where in the body do you find the organ systems and their associated organs? An organ system is a group of organs that work together to perform a specific function in the body. Each organ system consists of multiple organs that are interconnected and support each other to perform a particular task or set of tasks that are essential for the survival and proper functioning of the organism. The following organ systems are the skin, the largest organ of the human body, the musculoskeletal system, which consists of the skeleton, the muscles, the weights with which we can move. We have the gastrointestinal tract from the mouth to the anus, and that includes the stomach and intestines. We have the urinary system with the kidneys, ureters, bladder, and finally the urethra. The cardiovascular system. We also have the respiratory system, which starts at the nose and has the function of exchanging gases. The nervous system, consisting of the brain, spinal cord, and nerve pathways throughout the body. The sensory system, such as the nose, eyes, ears, skin, and tongue. We still have the endocrine system with, for example, the pancreas, thyroid, and adrenal glands, the reproductive system with the male and female sexual organs, and the lymphatic system. We start with the skin. This consists of different layers. From the outside in, what are the different layers? The outer layer is the epidermis. The epidermis is also divided into layers, the hearing layer and germ layer. We will talk about this in the lesson about the skin in a few weeks. Below this lies the dermis. The dermis contains blood vessels, glands such as sweat glands and tallow glands, but also the hair roots and nerves are located here. Under the dermis, you will find the subcutaneous connective tissue, which mainly consists of fat, and this is the separation between the skin and the muscle layer. The musculoskeletal system also consists of different organ systems. Of course, it starts with the skeleton. You need 206 bones for strength, because without bones, you collapse like a pudding. But to get the bones moving, you need other organ systems. You need muscles to move the skeleton. And to connect different bones together, we have joints in our body. And this makes the body firm and able to move. Those muscles are attached to the bones, and that connection between those muscles and those bones, yes, what do we call it? Maybe you already knew it, but these are the tendons. So a muscle is attached to the bones by a tendon, and when muscle contracts, it pulls on the tendon, which then pulls on the bone. And so a body part starts moving. Then we have the gastrointestinal tract. The most important function is, of course, to absorb food, and then the food must be digested and extract substances from the food that the body needs. And the rest of the food that the body cannot use is then expelled from the body as feces. So we need nutrients to function and live. For energy, every cell uses nutrients, but which nutrient gives us energy? This is glucose. Glucose is to the human body what gasoline is to a car. Glucose is the medical word for blood sugar. So the sugar in the blood gives us energy, and the glucose is burned in all body cells. The cells burn the blood sugar. However, a cell still needs a substance to burn the glucose. Oxygen is needed to burn blood sugar. And of course, we take that to the lungs. So here you see that the gastrointestinal tract works together with the lungs to then get the energy into the body. And then the urinary system. The human body has two kidneys. This is where urine is formed, and the kidneys are connected to the bladder via ureter. The urine goes from the kidneys to the bladder, and then you urinate through the urethra. There is another hormone gland on each kidney, the adrenal gland, but this falls under the topic of the hormone system and has no function in the excretion of waste products. The urinary system has more functions in addition to excreting waste products. The kidneys filter about 1.5 liters to 2 liters of blood per day, but not all the fluid leaves the body. Some of it goes back into the bloodstream, because the body needs fluid to maintain blood pressure. The kidneys, therefore, play a role in maintaining blood pressure. The cardiovascular system consists of the heart, the blood vessels containing the blood. The blood contains nutrients, oxygen, and fluid, among other things. All body cells need this. The cells burn this, and waste is released. The blood then also removes the waste from the cells. The heart pumps the blood through the body via these blood vessels. It is the engine of the human body. 60 to 80 times per minute, it contracts and pumps 4 to 6 liters of blood through your body via the bloodstream. This means that all cells receive nutrition and oxygen. And what I just said, the waste goes back through the blood. That is not entirely true, because which organ system, for example, also absorbs waste? Absorbing waste from the body cells is one of the functions of the lymphatic vessels. So the circulatory system and the lymphatic system work together. And then we come to the respiratory system. So air enters the trachea through the nose and pharynx, and then into the lungs. There the oxygen is absorbed and released into the blood. The respiratory system is therefore responsible for gas exchange, the exchange of gases. Oxygen enters the blood. As I already told you, this goes to the cells, and the oxygen is needed there to burn blood sugar. This produces energy. The waste of oxygen is carbon dioxide, and that must be removed from the body. This happens in the alveoli, so the respiratory system takes care of gas exchange, oxygen in and carbon dioxide out. The nervous system is our control center in our body. The brain is constantly busy controlling our body 24 hours a day, even while we sleep. The nervous system is made up of billions of nerve cells. The nerve tissue, distributed throughout your body, it ensures that we can move, that we have a body temperature, that we breathe. But also our digestion, how we behave, all that happens in the brain. This organ is the operating system. A large part of the organs are controlled by the brain, and the brain therefore also has a very high energy requirement. For example, 20% of the oxygen we breathe in to burn blood sugar goes to the brain. Nervous tissue in the body receives stimuli and transmits them to the brain. Which organs receive these stimuli? These are the senses, and so we now come to the sensory system. Our eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin capture information. These stimuli are transmitted to the brain via the nerve cells. These stimuli, such as smell, light, vibrations, hot and cold, taste, are all stimuli. The ears pick up vibrations and not sound. Sound is a perception. If you hear someone walking in the hallway, that is a perception. That only happens in the brain. The ears cannot think. Ears can only receive stimuli. To return to the nervous system. The senses, therefore, receive stimuli. The nerve cells transmit this to the brain, and the brain processes it. Then we speak of an observation. The brain then gives a response back. And where does the brain send the signals? Which organ system is now controlled by the nervous system? That is the muscular system. About 583 muscles are controlled by the brain. So, for example, if you have your finger in the door, the senses send the information to the brain. The brain processes this and gives a command back to the muscles to pull the hand away from that door. Then we have the endocrine system. Hormones are substances with a message for somewhere in the body. Hormones are produced in the endocrine glands and travel via the bloodstream with a command to an organ. For example, insulin. This is a hormone made in the pancreas. When blood sugar is too high, insulin is released with the instruction to all body cells to burn more blood sugar. There are 7 hormone glands in the body, and together they produce approximately 100 hormones, all with their own function. And we need that for example, reproduction, metabolism, to maintain blood sugar levels. We will return to this many times in the coming years. Okay, thanks again for your attention. We will discuss all organs separately in the coming months. Hopefully it was clear, and we will see you again in the next lesson. If you have any questions, post them in the comments. See you again soon.